Assalamu alaikum everyone, and welcome back to another vlog. It has been so long since I last saw you guys. I don't know who I thought I was that I can do daily vlogs while exam week was going on. That just definitely did not happen, and I'm so thankful to you guys for understanding like my whole situation, even though I didn't even understand my whole situation, and told me to like chill and just focus on exams first instead of like doing vlogs every day and preparing for iftar and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I was super duper burnt out by the end of exam week. So even in the weekend and yesterday, I couldn't even do anything. I was literally just in bed, just thinking about life and being dramatic. But alhamdulillah, today I thought, no, let's start vlogging again. It was such a fun experience, so let's keep it going. I hope your Ramadan is going well. I can't believe we are in the third week now, which is absolutely insane. Time just flies by, alhamdulillah. But yeah, right now it is around like 5 something, so I do need to get started with my iftar preparation. Tonight we're just gonna have a very easy meal. I'm just gonna do some wings with some wedges and some bora, so come along and let's prepare for iftar. These are the wings that I made. I still have some in there, but it's just a really simple marinade. It's actually for brisket, but it works really well for chicken as well, and it's really nice and juicy. So I'll leave not a link, but I'll leave the more details about the recipe in the description box if you guys want. I hope you guys can see me. I'm still in my nightgown. What's new? I'm gonna do some flavored wedges, so some seasoned wedges. And I just want to share with you guys like my go-to like seasoning. So the first thing we're gonna do is take 3 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm just gonna put this in a nice big bowl. Depending on your tolerance with heat, take some chili powder. I'm gonna do maybe half a teaspoon of chili powder. You can do 1 teaspoon, you can do 1/4. So something like this. Pour that in there, and then I'm gonna take, what's this, some salt as well, or maybe a little less, just a little less than half a teaspoon, because you can always season it more, but you can never season it less. So since I can't taste, I think it's better if I do a little less. Half a teaspoon of black pepper as well. That's gonna make me sneeze. And then we're going to take 2 cloves of garlic and finely chop them. So I have it peeled like this, and now I'm just gonna put it in my Bake Magic bullet. You want it to look like that, and then you're just gonna put it in the bowl with everything else. And then you're just gonna take some herbs, preferably thyme actually, but I don't have them separated here, so I'm literally just gonna pour a bit of this. Do as much as you want. It's an aesthetic more than anything, honestly. And then it's pretty self-explanatory. You just coat all your potatoes in this mixture and put it in your air fryer or oven or deep fried if you want. And that's basically that. So this is what they look like before they go in this air fryer, and they should be looking extra golden when they come out. I'm just making some bora as well, even though I have lost visual. This is what the wedges look like right now. I'm just gonna flip them real quick and put them back in. What's up guys? So it's a little later after iftar now, and I'm just gonna make some patties. My husband absolutely loves them, so I thought I'd make it for him for suhoor later this morning. But the really annoying thing is, so I always get the same brand, but I got like a different size, and I thought it would be the same but just like bigger. So I usually get like this brand. And for some reason, like you can see, I actually don't know if you can see, but there's like little layers and stuff like that. And the smaller version of this, they have like a paper in between each layer so that you can like easily just peel it off, fill it in, and then like put it in the oven or the air fryer or whatever. But this one doesn't have it, so it's literally just a big chunk of dough like that, even though there are layers. I really don't think you can see the layers, but there's layers, trust me. And I have no idea how to like peel them out now. And I don't even have a rolling pin, so it's gonna be really fun trying to make these. While I do make them, I thought it would be nice to like catch up a bit because I was gone for like a week or so the previous week for exams, and I do get a lot of questions about like how to maintain like exams and just tests in general during Ramadan. A lot of people struggle with it, and with good reason. I also struggle with it. Just remember that social media, like, it's not real life. Like, you can see a lot of us like mid-school creators and stuff like that, or just people in general. They usually put their best foot forward when it comes to when it comes to creating content, because for me, like, social media is a form of like escapism in a lot of ways. You don't really want to go on social media to feel sad or stressed or reminded of your stressors. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like a lot of the times, like, although it's good in a way where you can kind of like escape your problems or whatever, it also like has a problematic part in that a lot of people feel like they're maybe inadequate, right? Like, you see a lot of people doing so much on social media and stuff like that, and you're sitting there thinking, oh man, like, what's wrong with me? Like, why can't I do the same thing? That's definitely like how I always feel, honestly, until, you know, I did realize that, you know, this is silly. Like, social media isn't real life. I'm sure these creators also have stressors of their own. When I first converted to Islam in particular, that's when I truly like experienced the toxic side of social media, in that I always felt so inadequate because everyone was telling me like, oh, it's so easy and blah blah blah, and I was really struggling with it, and that made me feel like inadequate. Like, it made me feel like something was wrong with me or whatever. But that's just an example. So yeah, first and foremost, social media is not real life, and everybody goes through struggles. Life is like, you know, I can't think of a metaphor right now, but it has its ups and downs. It's not always down, it's not always up. And majority of the time, what you see on social media is highlights of somebody's life, right? Okay, this is as good as I'm gonna get this pastry without a rolling pin. In saying all of that, I do want to share some tips and tricks on how to manage your academic life and also like your home life, or your work life and your home life. And these are just things that works for me. And I'll try to give alternatives for people who may be different. So for example, in regards to studying for your exams, or just studying in general while fasting, I do find that it's much easier for me to study in the morning right after like I've had suhoor. And this is because I'm also a morning person. So just a disclaimer out there, I find that it's easier to sleep early and then wake up for suhoor, and then just stay awake, and maybe nap sometime throughout the day if you can. The reason for this is you're well fed. You've just had your coffee. I usually have like a big cup of coffee during suhoor, and you're not dehydrated or anything like that. You're well hydrated, and you know, you're well stocked up, your body anyways. So you're not hungry, you're not distracted with hunger or thirst or anything like that. So I find that it's a good time to study during that time. But not everyone is the same. Like, for my exam time, I actually flipped it 360, because I would finish my exams around like 11 p.m. because our exams for some reason here start at like, you know, 9 p.m. or the last exam would start from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. And we would have exams from like 4 to 5 or 4 to 6, and then from 6:30 to like 8:30, and then from 9 to 11. That's the schedule of most of my exam week, which was absolutely like just excruciatingly exhausting. So obviously I couldn't sleep early and wake up for suhoor and like stay awake, right? So during that time, I would pretty much do the complete opposite. I would stay up until suhoor. So I would just not sleep until like 4 something in the morning, and I would just be studying. And then when suhoor would happen, I would eat, I would pray, and then I would sleep. That's how I did that. And that worked for me during exams. I do feel very burnt out because I am a morning person, and I like getting up early in the morning and getting things done early in the morning. And I feel like my schedule shifts. It knocks me out of my rhythm, and like it took me like 3 days, I think, to recover from my exams, and I'm still not fully recovered. I do still feel quite burned out, but I'm trying to like, you know, get back into the groove of things. Like today, that's the reason why I was wearing makeup before, was because makeup always makes me feel like ready to do something. So psychologically, I thought it would help me like get back into the groove. It's Tuesday today as well, so it's like surgery day, like big 12-hour lecture day with two tests at the end. So, and like cases and all that kind of stuff. So I put my game face on literally with makeup. And that's just a psychological thing. That's something that helps me. Some people actually just, before they study, they wear lip gloss or like a lipstick, and that gets them into the groove. Other people, if you're not into makeup or anything like that, other people like spray a cologne. And it's just, again, like a psychological thing. Like once you've done something and it's followed by a behavior and it's rewarded, it's like a habit. I'm gonna fill these patties in with this beef, ground beef filling that I did ages ago. I don't know if it's actually in a video, but if it is, I'll put a link to it down below, or I'll just put the recipe or something down below. I think one lesson that's super duper important in life, and it's a good reminder for all of us, is to be fluid. Like, if sometimes things happen in life that you have no control over, and if you're so strict on like your regimen, like for me, for example, I'm a morning person. I like to wake up early and get things done and stuff like that, and if I wake up late, it makes me feel a certain way and I don't like it. But sometimes situations call for it, right? Like for example, for my exam time, I can't be sleeping like at 11 and then, or finishing my exam at 11 and then sleeping straight away. It just doesn't happen. I just finished an exam as well, so my brain is like working overtime. So it doesn't work like that. Like you just have to kind of adapt to your situation, and honestly it's just life. Okay, so I'm getting so distracted giving you guys all this wisdom. So I really have to do these patties, and so I will just see you guys later. Okay, so this is what my bootleg pastries ended up looking like. It's not the prettiest, but I swear to you, they taste great. Assalamu alaikum guys, it's suhoor now and we are cooking the patties here. I froze them up, so it was just super duper easy to take them out of the freezer and then put them in here. The biggest dilemma when it's suhoor is I want coffee and I also want to sleep. Like I told you guys, my sleeping pattern is like terrible. This is one of it. Like because I haven't been able to go back to my morning person sleeping routine, more or less I like go to sleep 1 hour before before suhoor happens, an hour and a half or 2 hours before suhoor happens. And then, you know, because life still goes on, I also have like lectures and stuff like that at like 7 or 7:30. So just been getting no sleep.